All right, second graders, it is time for math. So today for math, you guys are doing page 273 and 274. So really, I only want you guys to only focus on 273. 274 is kind of like a curricular thing. If you guys want to do it, you can. But by it being technology connection, you don't really have to. It's just something extra, something for you all to do, but you really don't have to. So our focus for today for math will only be on your extra practice. All right? So what I'm about to do behind me, we're going to do some demos of what is expected of you to do on this page. Now, number 3, we don't have a demo for that because we literally just did a demo for number 3 yesterday. Got it? All right, so let's look at number 1. So if you look at number 1 on page 273, it's similar to the number 1 on my page. So let's just put this page to the side, and let's focus on the demo behind me. All right, so number 1, you have some change over here and some change over here. So first thing we're going to do is find the value of the change here and the change over here, and then figure out which one is greater than, less than, or if they're equal to. Okay? All right, so let's look at number 1. The first coin that I have is a dime. And how much is a dime worth? 10 cents. So let's just keep in mind that this dime is worth 10 cents. And then my next coin that I have is a quarter. Good job. And a quarter is worth 25 cents. So let's just keep in mind that this quarter is worth 25 cents. And then the next coin that I have is the next 2 coins that I have is a penny. Good job. And a penny is worth 1 cent. Great. So let's keep in mind that we have labeled our coins. Now it's time to add them all up. So first let's add the dime into the quarter. So what is 10 plus 25? Your answer should be 35. Okay, so now 35 plus 1 equals 36. And then 36 plus 1 gives me 37. So the value of these coins here is 37 cents. So on this line right here, I'm going to write 37 cents. Notice how I always put my cent sign. You guys cannot forget your cent sign. The only time that you will not use a cent sign is if it's just a regular addition problem or if it is dollar amounts involved, okay? But other than that, whenever there is coins, a coin value, you always need to put your cent sign. So now let's add up the total on this side. So what is the first coin that I have over here? It is a dime. What is the value of a dime? 10 cents. So let's label this dime as 10 cents. Let's look at the next value coin beside it. What is the name of this coin? It is called a nickel. And what is the value of a nickel? 5 cents. So if you look at it, I have about 1 more dime over here and 2 more nickels. So let's just go ahead and fill in the value of those. So remember that a dime is worth 10 cents. Good job. And then a nickel is always worth 5 cents. Great. And then I have 2 of the same value coin here. And what is the name of this coin? It is called a penny. And what is the value of a penny? 1 cent. So let's write the label on this coin as 1 cent. I have 2 pennies, so 2 of them will be labeled with 1 cent. Now it is time to add them all up. So now let's go. 10 plus 10 gives me 20. 20 plus 5 gives me 25. 25 plus 5 gives me 30. 30 plus 5 gives me 35. 35 plus 1 gives me 36. And then 36 plus 1 gives me 37. So all in all, I have 37 cents. Good job. All right, so now I need to figure out whether the amount of these coins and the amount of these coins are either greater than, less than, or equal to. So looking at both of my numbers, is there one different? Or are they both the same? They both are the same. So which makes 37 cents equal to 37 cents. So I will put the equal sign in the middle. Okay? Alright, so that's similar to what you have to do on page 273 for number 1. Although the coins are different, but the format is the same. So now let's look at my number 2. My number 2 is similar to the number 2 on your paper. So my number 2 says, Tanner has 64 cents. He buys a boat for 36 cents. Now Tanner has blank. So we have to figure out how much does Tanner have left. So he started with 63 cents. So you see that on page 273. See that open area, that open box right beside number 2? That is where you will show your work. So over here is where I'm going to show my work. So Tanner started with 63 cents. So the first thing that I will write is 63 cents. And then it says that Tanner buys a boat for 36 cents. So if I have 63 cents, but I'm buying something, that means that I'm taking that 36 cents out of my 63 to buy the boat. So I'm giving it away. So now, in order to give something away, do I add to that amount or do I subtract from that amount? If I'm giving something away, so let's say I have $10. My friend comes to ask me, can they borrow $5? If they have to borrow $5 from me, then that means that I have to give them the $5 from the $10. So anytime that I'm giving something away or anytime that I am buying something, that means that I have to do what? Subtract. So right now I am going to subtract the 36 cents from the 63 cents. So I'm going to put my subtraction sign and I'm going to put 36. Keep in mind, my cent sign always stays there. Keep in mind that my cent sign always stays there. So now let's work the problem out. First thing I'm automatically bringing down is my cent sign because I know that I'm still dealing with money. I'm still dealing with coins. So I'm just going to bring my cent sign down. All right. So can I take 6 from 3? I cannot. So what do I need to do? I need to regroup. So in order to regroup, I must take a 10 from here, which makes that 6 a 5. And then I add a 10 to my ones, which makes that 3 a 13. Great job. So now, can I take 6 from 13? I sure can. So instead of like counting in your head, 13, 12, 11, 10, no. Let's knock it out real quick. So let's count up from 6 to 13. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So how many do I have up? I have 7. So 7 will come here. And then 5 from 3 gives me 2. So what does Tanner have left? If Tanner started with 63 cents and he buys a boat for 36 cents, Tanner now has 27 cents. Great job. Really, it's really simple. All right, so now let's look at number 3. So my number 3 matches your number 4 on your page 273. Now remember, I say I'm not going to give you a demo for number 3 because the demo for number 3 was given on yesterday's video, okay? So if you don't remember how to do your you have, you buy, and count on, just go right back to yesterday's video and it will really break it down into parts of how you do that, okay? All right, so right now, let's finish. Let's look at my number 3, okay? All right, so we're back to making a prediction. We're making a prediction. James spent 46 cents. Which 2 items does he buy? So remember, whenever you make a prediction, it's always great to test it, All right. All right. So just looking at it, I know that my beginning cost is 46 cents. So whatever I'm predicting, I must stay within that 46-cent bracket. Okay. So I know for certain that most likely James might have bought a kite because kite is the only one that has a ones number as a six. My kite is 16 cents and James spent 46 cents. So 6 and 6 matches. So I know for certain that he might have bought a kite. So that's going to be my first prediction. My first prediction is going to be the kite. So where I write the kite, where I'm writing the kite, I'm going to also write the value of the kite. And the value of the kite is 16 cents. So now that I'm writing this, I'm also going to write right here 16 cents because this is where I will test it. This is where I will determine whether my prediction was correct or incorrect. Okay? So now that I know that my sixes match, I know that I have to find my next item with a 0 as the ones. Because if I find my next item as 46 cents or 42 cents, I know that when I add them up, my ones value is not going to be a 6 anymore. So now let's go back to what I have in the store. So right now, I have a car for 31 cents, and then I have a balloon for 30 cents. But remember, I said that the next item has to have a ones value of 0. So is my prediction going to be the car or the balloon? Remember, the car is 31 cents and the balloon is 30 cents. Which prediction should I choose? Should I choose the car or the balloon? I should choose the balloon because the balloon has the ones value as a 0. So my next prediction is the balloon. So again, I'm going to write what that prediction is. And then I'm also going to write the value of the balloon, which is 30 cents. So now that I have the value of both of my two items in which I have chosen, now I have to test it. So I have my 16 cent here, and now I'm going to write my 30 cent here. And now it is time to add it up. So I already know immediately what comes down again. That cent sign immediately. So now what's 6 plus 0? Remember, anything plus a 0 is that number. So what is it? It's 6. Good job. And then what is 1 plus 3? 4. Great. So it looks like for the most part, my prediction was absolutely correct. Nice job. So I stayed within my means with what James spent, which is 46 cents. I determined or I predicted my prediction to be correct because I stayed within my value, which was 46 cents, and my two predictions was 46 cents. Okay? So you're gonna do the same thing on number 4 on page 273. Again, all you have to do is page 273. 274 is extracurricular. I'm not requiring you all to do it because it is a technology connection. And I'm not really sure who has access to technology and who doesn't. So I'm not going to require you all to do page 274, but it is literally up